wild heart of Kenya. Nature unfolds in its most authentic and unforgiving state. Vast savannas stretch to the horizon. Rivers shift without warning, and sun-baked plains test every form of life. Survival here is never passive. It is a daily struggle. Each dawn introduces a new trial, while every dusk carries the silent imprint of encounters that have shaped destinies. Within this untamed landscape, the divide between predator and prey is perilously thin. A brief lapse in awareness can reverse roles, and a single delayed reaction can alter the outcome entirely. Every chase, confrontation, and narrow escape is part of an ancient balance where instinct, experience, and adaptability determine who endures. The conflicts that define these lands are not fought for dominance or triumph, but for continuity itself. They are quiet yet ruthless struggles that keep the rhythm of the wild in motion. Kenya shows no mercy for mistakes, but it reveals a fundamental truth of nature: to survive is to risk everything. Beneath Kenya's scorching ground and open skies, baboons have learned not only to endure, but to thrive within an unforgiving landscape. They move through this environment as naturally as the Themeda grasslands that bend with the wind, yet never surrender. As omnivores, baboons rely on an exceptionally flexible diet, one that allows them to survive where many others struggle. On calm days, they travel without urgency, pulling tufts of grass, gathering fallen ripe fruits, digging for roots, and eagerly feeding on insects. At times, they patiently strip tree bark to reach the hidden starch beneath. But when scarcity sets in and hunger deepens, that calm expression sharpens, revealing a far more dangerous side. An ancient survival instinct takes control, pushing them toward harsher choices. In these moments, impala calves, fragile and momentarily separated from the herd, cease to be simple inhabitants of the savanna and become vulnerable targets. Morning light washes the troop in gold, highlighting coats dulled by dust and travel as the baboons advance in near silence. The air grows tense, as if the land itself anticipates what is about to unfold. Often perceived as peaceful foragers, baboons reveal another truth: under extreme conditions, they are capable, determined predators. Their solid builds, sharp canines, and remarkable cooperation allow them to hunt small prey effectively. This time, the focus is an impala calf, isolated, defenseless, and with little chance of escape. Adult males take the lead, larger and stronger, with jaws capable of delivering immense bite force. They initiate the attack. Woodland edges where scattered trees and low vegetation provide cover offer ideal conditions for an ambush. In the distance, an impala mother and her young cautiously approach the fringe of the brush, separated from the safety of the herd. From its earliest moments, a young impala must stand, run, and hide without hesitation. In this land, delay is unforgiving. From the shadows, a dominant male baboon begins to close the distance. He moves with practiced precision through grass and shade, every step deliberate. Then, in a sudden burst, he lunges forward. The encounter is over in seconds. The calf is pinned to the ground. By the time the mother reacts and rushes back, the outcome is sealed. the hunt ends in a hard-earned meal. One life fades and the troop secures another day of survival. Baboons live in social groups known as troops, ranging from a few dozen to several hundred individuals. Their society is tightly structured and hierarchical. A male's status depends not only on physical strength, but also on experience, alliances, and recognition within the group, a complex social system that strengthens their resilience in one of Africa's most demanding environments. When a female enters estrus, the atmosphere within the troop shifts instantly. The swelling and deep reddish coloration of her hindquarters become an unmistakable signal to dominant males. In a world where instinct operates alongside social order, raw strength does not always decide the outcome. A younger male may succeed through timing, agility, and strategy, seizing the right moment to challenge the established hierarchy and reshape his status. After roughly 6 months of quiet gestation, the female gives birth to a single infant. Multiple births are exceedingly rare in such a demanding environment. The newborn, weighing only a few kilograms, clings instinctively to its mother's chest from the very first moments of life. Here, maternal care goes beyond instinct alone. It becomes a powerful bond, refined by evolution into a form of devotion essential for survival. Motherhood, however, is not carried alone. Within the troop, the protection and care of infants is a shared responsibility. It is a collective effort, woven into a complex social network that surrounds the young from every direction. Males with close social ties to the mother often take on protective roles, standing guard, intervening when danger arises, and helping ensure that the next generation has a chance to endure in one of Africa's harshest landscapes. In this harsh and unforgiving land, trust can be as dangerous as weakness. By the unwritten laws of the savannah, lions rarely lower themselves to hunt such small prey. but hunger reshapes every rule. When the stomach is empty, pride loses all meaning. The baboon's confidence begins to fracture as it senses the lion's endless patience. The choice is impossible. A father sacrifices one life to save another. The elder draws the predators away from his young, hidden high in the branches. Survival often comes at a terrible cost, and those who live on may carry the weight of that loss for the rest of their days. Nature watches in silence, repeating the same ancient story, while the Creator offers no answers. As the rains return to the East African savanna, the fragile survivor must continue to grow. One truth is now undeniable here. Survival is everything. Unable to endure further loss, the baboon makes a calculated choice. At dusk, along the riverbank, something unthinkable takes shape, an uneasy alliance between two ancient rivals, the lion and the baboon. An unspoken rule is established. The lion does not hunt monkeys, and the monkeys remain silent when the predator moves through the grass. In return, the lion becomes an invisible shield for the troop. Thus begins a dark alliance, where the lives of others become the quiet price paid for peace. But the leopard knows nothing of this arrangement. As always, it waits for a lapse in attention, slipping in to seize its own reward before vanishing into the shadows. What follows is not triumph, but rage and humiliation. The baboons have provoked a greater force, Their momentary advantage leaves behind only bitterness. The leopard's task was already complete, its victim silenced, its spine broken before it disappeared into the night. Within the shared territory, the baboons gain freedom to feed without restraint. They are remarkably adaptable omnivores, consuming fruits, tender leaves, grasses, roots, seeds, tubers, insects, and small animals. This flexible and opportunistic diet is the foundation of their success across much of Africa and even the Arabian Peninsula. To lions, such prey is insignificant and scarcely worth notice. Word of the fallen sentinel spreads like a poisoned wind. The Lion King does not see this as an ordinary hunt. Retaliation has been decided, and this is only the beginning. Now, observing the leopard, few would believe that only hours earlier it embodied power and confidence. Death would be too simple. To live on in fear and disgrace, that is the true punishment. From above, silent witnesses saw everything unfold. They did not intervene. They only watched, calm and unmoved, as the violent chapter came to an end. The time has come to honor their role beside the lion. From the heights, the baboon troop assumes its position as lookout, long having declared itself guardian of the plain's gateway. One spots the hungry leopard prowling nearby, with or without alliances. The leopard has always been a natural enemy. The same is true of African wild dogs, efficient hunters with astonishing success rates. Even great kudos have learned a vital rule: heed the baboon's warning calls. For those cries often mean the difference between life and death. What these unsuspecting herbivores do not realize is that they are placing their fate in the hands of the savanna's most ambiguous creatures. Only when the lion king and queen awaken will the true nature of the baboons be revealed. The troop splits with purpose. Some race to alert the lion. Others remain above, watching in silence. They know exactly what is about to happen. The unfortunate kudu never had time to understand that it had been betrayed. Had the baboons traded their conscience and instincts forged over millions of years for a fragile sense of peace for them, at least. In this land, betrayal can become the highest form of wisdom when survival is at stake. As the rainy season fades, many animals emerge having endured the most forgiving time of the year. But for Aita, this marks the beginning of desperation. Nature shaped her into the fastest land animal on Earth, built to sprint across dry, open ground, a flawless hunting machine now betrayed by shifting conditions. Three empty stomachs wait in the shadows. Her cubs do not understand hunger yet, but they feel its absence. The weight of responsibility presses down on their mother, forcing her toward an unthinkable choice, crossing into forbidden territory. If the Lion King discovers the intruder, the cheetah will be killed without mercy. Yet before her lies life and the baboons. Bound by a blood pact with the lions, the baboons' role goes beyond silent cooperation. They have become guardians of food-rich grounds. Their watch never falters. The cheetah, despite her unmatched speed, is vulnerable. conflict is never her preference. This time, at least, she faces baboons rather than lions. Even in humiliation, the solitary mother still has a chance to retreat. But one question lingers in the air: can an alliance born of fear and convenience truly endure? In the end, it is as fragile as a thread stretched too thin, and before long, something else draws near. The dry season arrives. The air grows heavier and dust thickens with each passing day. For some, this is a time of endurance. For others, it marks the beginning of decline. The buffalo need water, and to find it, they must move toward higher ground. A short migration begins exactly the moment the lions have been waiting for. Pregnant females carry the future of the herd, yet now they appear to be a burden. They move more slowly, weighed down, unlike the lionesses that gave birth at the start of the dry season, lighter, quicker, and able to focus entirely on protecting their young. This is also one of the rare moments when the male lions truly take the lead. The support of the baboons is no longer necessary. When facing a declared enemy, the kings of the savannah choose direct strength and open confrontation. A coalition is often made up of 3 or 4 adult males, but bringing down a buffalo can require only one. The massive herd breaks apart in confusion, like a shattered formation. In the chaos, a pregnant female, slow and heavy, falls behind. For an adult lion, the outcome becomes inevitable. Precision is all that is required. A male lion can consume up to 40 kilograms of meat in a single feeding. After hours of deep rest, hunger soon returns. The cubs, too, show signs of exhaustion and unrest. Those who feed last always bear the greatest cost. This time, that burden falls on the mother. In truth, the lionesses are hungry as well, and at times they seem to embrace it. Kenya's landscape is a striking contrast of extremes. Snow-capped mountains rise above scorched plains, while alkaline lakes burst into motion as flamingos take flight, transforming these harsh waters into vibrant centers of life within the savanna ecosystem. This remarkable ecological variety is shaped by a tropical climate, strongly influenced by the intertropical convergence zone. Two major rainy seasons stretching from March to May, and again from October to December, restore vitality to the dry land. Kenya's ecosystems are not only rich in wildlife, but also carry the imprint of millions of years of geological change and natural evolution. Even today, powerful natural forces continue to sculpt this land, securing Kenya's place as one of the most iconic and awe-inspiring wild regions on Earth. At the heart of this system lies the Masai Mara, a vital component of an immense network of savannas and grasslands that flows seamlessly into Tanzania's Serengeti. It is a land that feels endless, where open fields stretch to the horizon. Scattered across the green carpet of grass, acacia trees stand like giant umbrellas rising from a sea of vegetation. The rainy season from March to May signals a rebirth across the plains. This territory is also home to legendary predators, the members of the famed Big Five lions, leopards, African elephants, buffalo, and black rhinos. They roam these lands year-round, sustaining a living cycle that never truly pauses. A comprehensive survey conducted in Masai Mara in 2023 revealed that large herbivores continue to dominate the savanna. Among them, blue wildebeest lead in overwhelming numbers, with more than 37,000 individuals forming living rivers that move relentlessly in search of fresh grass and water. Zebras follow closely, numbering over 32,000, their black and white stripes glowing beneath the unforgiving sun and casting sharp shadows across the golden plains. African buffalo, nearly 12,000 strong, advance like moving fortresses, symbols of raw strength and endurance in one of the world's harshest environments. Impalas, graceful and alert, number over 10,000 and rely on speed and adaptability to survive each passing day. Thompson's gazelles, smaller yet tireless, count more than 8,000 individuals, escaping danger through sudden bursts of astonishing speed. Each number reflects not just population, but resilience. Beneath the relentless sun, these herds remain in constant motion, racing against time while facing predators and the unpredictable will of nature. The plains of Masai Mara become an eternal stage where every creature plays its role. And so, life continues carried on the wind, rooted in the grass, and echoed in every beating heart of the wild. In the depths of the Masai Mara night, the unmistakable rasping laughter of the spotted hyena echoes across the savanna, a sound that signals mastery of the darkness. Far from the old myth that paints it as a mere scavenger, the spotted hyena is an accomplished hunter, obtaining nearly 90% of its food from prey it brings down itself. In this unforgiving environment, the spotted hyena stands out as one of the most intelligent and efficient predators on the plains. Its body is built for endurance rather than speed alone. Females, typically larger and more dominant, can weigh up to 73 kilograms, while males usually range between 41 and 54 kilograms. They live in a rare matriarchal society, unique among large carnivores. Females rule every aspect of clan life, and a single clan may include as many as 80 individuals. This hierarchy is not random, it is inherited, passed down through generations of dominant females, shaping the social order from birth. Spotted hyenas usually hunt in small groups, targeting the young, the weak, or those separated from the herd. They can reach speeds of up to 56 kilometers per hour and, more importantly, sustain long, exhausting chases that wear down their prey. Their most formidable weapon, however, is their jaw, among the strongest in the animal kingdom, capable of crushing bones. A feat few predators can match. With the ability to digest skin, cartilage, and even bone, the spotted hyena functions as a powerful biological recycler, leaving little behind after a meal. Their role extends beyond hunting. By consuming carcasses abandoned by other predators, hyenas serve as vital cleaners of the ecosystem. In doing so, they help reduce the spread of disease and preserve the fragile balance of natural cycles that sustain life across the Masai Mara. The white-backed vulture plays a very different role in the wild. It does not chase prey or dive from great heights in dramatic attacks. Instead, it follows the quiet signals of an ending, where death leaves its mark. That is where its work begins. gliding over open skies. This bird moves on wings that can span up to 2.6 meters, stretched wide like pale ribbons suspended in the air. The light coloring of its back has become an unmistakable symbol, a sign of a species tasked with nature's cleanup. Below those wings lie vast plains and open woodlands, landscapes where life and death move side by side. With remarkably sharp eyesight, the white-backed vulture can detect a carcass from great distances, descending in a precise, almost silent spiral. Its hooked beak is perfectly adapted to tear through the remaining soft tissues of animals such as wildebeest, zebras, or buffalo, leaving the tougher remains for other scavengers. In doing so, it fulfills a vital role in maintaining the natural balance of the ecosystem. Yet its final descent is more than the closing of a life cycle. It also carries a troubling message, a quiet warning about the uncertain future facing the wild world it helps sustain. Thanks to its vast, uninterrupted landscapes, the Masai Mara continues to support one of the largest remaining populations of this species anywhere in Africa. Here, the south-central black rhinoceros stands as a living relic of an ancient world, a true survivor shaped by time. Weighing up to 360 kilograms, protected by skin as thick as armor, and bearing horns that can reach 1.2 meters in length. It embodies raw power and a distant, primal past. Its hooked, prehensile lips are perfectly adapted for life in harsh terrain, allowing it to strip leaves, snap branches, and pull new shoots from tough shrubs such as acacias and commiphora, even feeding on dry bark when necessary. Through the arid reaches of the savanna, the black rhino moves with quiet determination, locked in an endless search for sustenance. Despite its grayish hide, the name black rhinoceros does not describe its color, but rather the weight of its presence and its deep-rooted connection to these lands. Yet behind this imposing figure lies a story shaped by loss. Once the species ranged widely across eastern and southern Africa, from Tanzania to Zimbabwe, from Zambia to South Africa. Today, fewer than 3,000 individuals remain in the wild. The Masai Mara has become one of their final strongholds, a true sanctuary where the species still endures. It is the only region in Kenya where a native population of black rhinos survives, safeguarded by the sheer scale of the landscape and rigorous conservation efforts. In just 50 years, nearly 90% of the species has vanished. Poaching, silent, relentless, and devastating, has claimed thousands of these giants, pushing the black rhinoceros to the very edge of extinction. Across the wide savannas of the Masai Mara, the Masai giraffe rises with quiet grandeur, a living tower that seems to bridge earth and sky. Reaching heights of up to 5.5 meters, this elegant giant moves with an unexpected grace through the grasslands, its presence commanding attention wherever it goes. Its unmistakable coat, patterned with dark, leaf-shaped patches stretching along the neck and body, sets it apart from other subspecies such as the reticulated giraffe. No two patterns are ever the same. Each one is a natural signature, shaped slowly by evolution and time. Beneath the spreading crowns of acacia trees, the Masai giraffe finds its daily nourishment. With a neck perfectly adapted for browsing high above the ground, a single individual can consume up to 34 kilograms of leaves each day. Acacias form the core of its diet, along with shrubs like Commiphora and Terminalia. In the harsh, dry savanna, every mouthful is a vital source of energy. Historically, Maasai giraffes ranged widely from southern Kenya into northern Tanzania, thriving in open savannas and semi-arid landscapes. For generations, they moved freely across the Masai Mara and the Serengeti. Today, however, their numbers have declined at an alarming rate. Fewer than 45,000 individuals are believed to remain in the wild. Their struggle for survival grows more difficult each year, threatened by habitat loss driven by agricultural expansion and by illegal hunting. In this reality, the Masai Mara holds exceptional importance not only as a refuge for giraffes, but also as one of the last places in Kenya where a native population of black rhinoceroses continues to exist. Untouched by human relocation and protected within this enduring stronghold of wildlife, Kenya is a land where survival is decided in seconds, and the boundary between hunter and hunted is dangerously thin. Every encounter, every chase, and every narrow escape helps preserve the balance of a world that allows no mistakes. These struggles are not acts of cruelty, but of necessity. They are threads in a natural cycle that has sustained life for thousands of years, a cycle that today must be understood, respected, and protected. If this journey through the wild has inspired you, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Llamado Salvaje TV. Join us as we continue to explore the raw, real stories of the animal kingdom. On the wild African savanna, every passing moment is a test of survival. Each breath and every movement becomes a silent contest between hunter and prey, a landscape where instinct is pushed to its absolute limit. There is no room for hesitation and no chance to undo a mistake. A delayed glance or a single misstep can be enough to determine fate. At the heart of this unforgiving land, the lion stands as a symbol of near-absolute authority. Through raw strength, calculated strategy, and precise coordination, it rules the open plains and commands respect from every herd that enters its domain. Yet even these kings are never truly safe. They must constantly defend their position because on the savanna, power is never permanent. This is a world where survival comes at a high cost, where nature reveals its most intense and unfiltered face. A harsh stage in which only those that are strongest, most alert, and quickest to adapt earn the chance to endure. As the first light of morning spreads across the savanna, nature slowly comes alive. Dew settles on the ground, catching the sun in a soft shimmer. Long shadows stretch beneath the trees as herds begin to move. Darkness fades and life takes shape once again. An ancient cycle resumes. In this reborn world, one presence rises above all others, the lion, the undisputed ruler of the plains. The lion's true strength is not built on raw power alone, but on unity. Its reign is supported by family bonds. Its presence commands a quiet authority that stills the open land. This is the lion's domain, where courage is measured not only in battle but in protection, where cubs learn by watching and staying close. Pride is more than a group of lions. It is a structured society guided by unseen rules that determine survival and legacy. At the core of this system stand the lionesses, sisters, mothers, and relentless hunters. They are the foundation of the pride. Together they form a network of cooperation, a living fabric woven from instinct and kinship. A successful hunt belongs to all of them, not just one. A newborn cub is not the responsibility of a single mother, but of the entire pride. Lionesses take turns nursing, guarding, and teaching one another's young. For the cubs, life begins as play. They chase, wrestle, and test their strength unknowingly, preparing for the challenges ahead. These games shape the skills they will one day depend on, but on the savannah, abundance never lasts forever. With each new day, the struggle begins again. The males serve as the guardians of the pride. Their massive frames and thunderous roars act as living barriers against danger. Yet power here is never permanent. Every leader will eventually face a challenger. Young males, once driven away, roam the plains, hardened by hardship and driven by the instinct to claim a future of their own. When they return, the land seems to tremble. The night fills with roaring voices clashing in the darkness. Even kings must fight to keep their crown. In the shadows, hyenas watch. Clever and relentless, they wait for the right moment when lions are weakened after a hunt. Alone they pose little threat, but together they become a tide of endurance and sharp teeth capable of stealing a hard-won meal. Above them, vultures circle endlessly. Silent and patient, they search for signs of weakness, death, and opportunity. Their presence is a reminder that even in victory, lions are never truly alone. Yet not every rival feeds on leftovers. The African buffalo stands as one of the most dangerous opponents on the plains. Massive and unpredictable, with horns like sharpened spears, it can turn a hunter into prey in seconds. Under the blazing heat, buffalo move in powerful herds. For lions, they represent both great reward and deadly risk, a source of survival that demands precision, teamwork, and absolute courage. From a distance, the pride watches in silence, muscles tight and eyes locked. A buffalo is no ordinary target. Its charge can shatter bones, its horns tear through flesh. When the clash begins, chaos erupts. Predator and prey collide in a brutal struggle where every second matters. The lions must work as one, breaking the formation, isolating the vulnerable, and striking with perfect timing. From which country are you watching this video? Let us know in the comments. In the unforgiving African savanna, the spotted hyena has earned its place as one of the most formidable carnivores in the ecosystem. With an evolutionary history stretching back more than 10 million years, this species has followed a distinct path shaped by constant survival pressure. From birth, it is built to endure. A powerful muscular body allows it to combine strength with remarkable stamina, especially during long pursuits. Its sloping posture, often misunderstood as a weakness, is in fact a crucial adaptation. This body structure helps the hyena move efficiently across rough and hostile terrain. Spotted hyenas inhabit a wide range of environments across Africa, from the open plains of East Africa to the semi-arid regions of the Kalahari Desert in Botswana. When night falls, the savanna transforms. The well-known laugh of the hyena is not random noise, as many assume. It is a sophisticated form of communication. Each sound carries meaning, forming an acoustic social map. Every vocalization is unique, allowing clan members to identify one another and understand their position within a complex hierarchy. These calls help summon allies, reinforce status, and maintain order in a harsh yet highly structured society. At the top of this hierarchy stands an alpha female whose authority is absolute. This matriarchal system is not accidental, but the result of millions of years of refined survival strategy. Far from being mere scavengers, spotted hyenas are intelligent and strategic hunters, fully capable of bringing down large prey through coordination and persistence. Their level of cooperation and communication rivals that of some primates. Yet despite their evolutionary success, spotted hyenas face growing challenges. Habitat loss and increasing conflict with humans threaten the future of one of Africa's most adaptable and misunderstood predators. Amid scarcity and relentless heat, lions rise as the dominant predators of the savanna. Their golden coats blend seamlessly with sun-scorched grasslands, providing near-perfect camouflage. The male's thick, imposing mane is more than a symbol of authority. It also offers vital protection during violent confrontations with rivals. Weighing between 150 and 250 kilograms and stretching up to 3 meters in length, the lion is a balance of raw power and agility. Unlike most large cats that live alone, lions form tightly bonded social units known as prides. A single pride may include anywhere from 3 to 30 individuals, with lionesses taking the lead role in hunting. As the dry season tightens its grip, shrinking water sources force wildebeest, zebras, and buffalo to migrate in search of survival. To keep pace, lions expand their hunting grounds, sometimes patrolling territories larger than 160 square kilometers. When night falls over the African plains, the hunt begins. Darkness offers a critical advantage, shielding lions from the punishing daytime heat. Hunting as a team, they rely on complex tactics. Some lionesses drive prey toward hidden ambush points, while others remain concealed, ready to deliver the final strike. Once a kill is made, feeding follows a strict and unforgiving hierarchy. Dominant males assert control and eat first. Yet their role extends beyond privilege. They are essential defenders of the pride. In clashes over food, lions often overpower hyenas. Research suggests that in roughly 60% of these encounters, lions succeed in taking the kill from their rivals. Still, numbers can shift the balance. When hyenas gather in large clans, sometimes 15 to 20 strong, even a powerful pride can be pushed to its limits. This ongoing rivalry plays a crucial role in maintaining ecological balance. Through constant competition, the savanna ensures that only the most skilled, coordinated, and adaptable endure. The African buffalo stands among the most formidable herbivores on the continent, and also among the most relentlessly hunted. Its heavy, curved horns act as a natural shield against lions, while its sheer strength helps safeguard the entire herd. Yet even these ancient defenses can be tested by highly adapted predators that have learned how to exploit weakness and separation. A fully grown bull can reach heights of up to 1.7 meters at the shoulder and weigh more than 700 kilograms. Its physical power is legendary. Stocky, muscular, and notoriously unpredictable, the African buffalo is often regarded as the strongest grazer in Africa. Its dark, coarse coat offers protection from the relentless sun, but survival is closely tied to one vital resource: water. For this reason, buffalo rarely venture more than about 16 kilometers from rivers, lakes, or marshlands. What truly defines the species, however, is its uncompromising system of collective defense. At the first sign of danger, the herd reacts instantly. Calves are pushed toward the center while adults form a slid barrier of muscle and horns, standing shoulder to shoulder, ready to confront any threat head-on. Beneath the broken canopy of the Mambo woodland, a silent presence moves unseen. Its golden coat marked with dark rosettes blends flawlessly with the scattered light filtering through the branches. This is the leopard, a true master of stealth and patience. Across the savannas of Zambia, the leopard claims elusive, solitary territories, rarely revealing itself. Population density remains low, with only 1 to 3 individuals occupying every 100 square kilometers. Among towering mumbombo trees, it moves with calm confidence. Every step is deliberate, every motion almost invisible. Roughly 45 meters away, a lone animal drifts from the safety of its group. The leopard lowers its body, becoming just another shadow in the landscape. It begins to close the gap slowly and methodically. When the distance shrinks to barely 10 meters, its muscles tighten. In a sudden burst of raw power and speed, it launches forward, reaching speeds of up to 58 kilometers per hour. The struggle is swift, but in the wild, a successful hunt does not guarantee peace. Other predators are always watching, ready to steal what they did not earn. Using remarkable strength, the leopard hauls its prey high into the branches of a tree. Far beyond the reach of lions and hyenas, hidden among the leaves, it feeds in sont, secure for now in its elevated refuge. Across the vast open plains, tens of thousands of blue wildebeest surge forward, continuing a journey as old as the land itself. Their great migration stands among the most extraordinary natural events on Earth. Built for endurance rather than comfort, the blue wildebeest is the product of millions of years of evolutionary refinement, perfectly adapted for long-distance travel across harsh terrain. Both males and females carry strong curved horns that serve a dual-purpose protection against predators and a visual marker of status within the herd. At birth, calves are covered in a yellow-brown coat that blends seamlessly with the dry grasses, offering crucial camouflage in their most vulnerable days. Within just a few months, this coloring fades into the distinctive steel blue-gray that defines the species. Wildebeest are most active during the cool hours of early morning and late afternoon. When danger approaches, they are capable of reaching speeds of nearly 80 kilometers per hour. Yet speed alone does not ensure survival. Faced with a threat, the herd instinctively tightens into a dense formation, responding to an alarm signal rooted deep in their ancient lineage, a collective defense shaped by countless generations of survival. Meanwhile, in South Luangwa, the Thornycroft's giraffe rises as a living symbol of the region's ecological uniqueness. Shaped by geographic isolation, this rare subspecies has followed its own evolutionary path over thousands of years. Tall and slender, it is instantly recognizable by its long, graceful neck and a coat patterned with irregular dark brown patches. No two giraffes share the same markings. Each pattern is as individual as a fingerprint. When danger appears, the giraffe becomes a natural lookout. Its elevated head scans the landscape, serving as an early warning system visible from great distances. And if a threat draws too close, it can deliver a powerful kick strong enough to deter even a lion. In Kafue National Park, the Southeast African cheetah stands among the most extraordinary predators on Earth. Capable of exceeding speeds of 100 kilometers per hour, it holds the title of the fastest land mammal alive. Its evolutionary roots stretch back more than 2.5 million years, making it one of the most widespread cheetah lineages. The open grasslands and savannas of sub-Saharan Africa form its natural domain. The cheetah's body is a triumph of evolution. A slim frame, elongated limbs, and semi-retractable claws work together to maximize speed and grip. Unlike most big cats, it does not rely on darkness. This is a daytime hunter active during the cool hours of dawn and dusk to avoid confrontations with larger, more dangerous competitors. Even so, speed alone does not guarantee success. Only about half of its hunting attempts end with a capture. Each chase tests both acceleration and endurance. Hidden within tall grass, the cheetah advances silently until it is close enough. Then in a sudden burst of power, it launches forward, reaching top speed in less than 3 seconds. Its remarkable pace is not driven by legs alone. For the cheetah, running borders on flight. With every stride comes a moment of suspension, a brief instant when its body lifts entirely from the ground. Its flexible spine acts like a living spring, stretching and recoiling to propel it across the savanna in a series of controlled leaps, closer to gliding than to ordinary running. As the gap closes, agility becomes its final weapon. A precise swipe of the paw, followed by a targeted bite to the throat, brings the pursuit to an end. Yet the challenge continues. The extreme exertion pushes the cheetah's body to its thermal limit. It cannot feed immediately and must rest for 5 to 10 minutes to recover and cool down. Unlike the lion, which rules through raw strength, or the hyena, which thrives on collective endurance, the cheetah relies on a single decisive advantage: speed. It must eat quickly because even after a successful hunt, it remains one of the most vulnerable to predators on the African savanna. As the first light of sunrise spreads across the vast plains of Kafue National Park, a pack of African wild dogs prepares for the hunt. For centuries, this species has refined one of the most effective cooperative hunting strategies in the animal kingdom, turning teamwork into its greatest strength. The oldest known fossils of the African wild dog, dating back nearly 200,000 years, were discovered in Kafse Cave in Israel, revealing a long and complex evolutionary history. One of its most remarkable traits is its specialized dentition teeth, proportionally larger than those of any other carnivore, perfectly adapted for tearing flesh with exceptional efficiency. They live in tightly bonded social groups, typically ranging from 2 to 27 individuals. Within these packs, a clear hierarchy exists, often led by dominant females. Their hunting success depends on a precise balance of speed, coordination, and strategy, where every member plays a vital role. African wild dogs pursue their prey relentlessly, pushing it toward exhaustion before delivering the final attack. They move in silence at first, then suddenly unleash a burst of energy reaching speeds of up to 66 kilometers per hour. What truly sets them apart is their stamina. They can sustain a chase for anywhere between 10 and 60 minutes. Today, the African wild dog is listed as endangered on the IUCN Red List. With an estimated global population of only around 6,600 individuals remaining in the wild, every hunt and every pack stands as a powerful symbol of resilience in the face of an uncertain future. In the murky waters of the Zambezi River, a colossal predator lies hidden in absolute silence. This is the Nile crocodile, the largest reptile in Africa. Unlike many other reptiles, it does not need to feed every day. Thanks to an exceptionally efficient digestive system, it can survive for weeks without eating. Lower Zambezi National Park is one of its key strongholds. In this environment, these silent hunters rely as much on overwhelming strength as on extraordinary patience. A crocodile can remain perfectly motionless for hours, even days, waiting for the precise moment to strike. When an unsuspecting animal approaches the water's edge, there is no warning. In a single instant, the surface erupts in a violent splash. The crocodile lunges forward, its jaws snapping shut with deadly accuracy, dragging its victim beneath the water. Escape is nearly impossible. With a bite force exceeding 22,000 newtons, the Nile crocodile possesses one of the most powerful bites in the entire animal kingdom. Often called the jewel of Namibia, Etosha National Park is home to 4 of Africa's iconic Big Five: the elephant, lion, leopard, and the critically endangered black rhinoceros. In 2024, Namibia endured its most severe drought in more than a century. Across Etosha, natural waterholes dried up completely, leaving hippos stranded in cracked, hardened mud. But in early 2025, the rains finally returned, bringing renewal with them. Grasslands turned green once more, and animals such as giraffes and rare species like the black-faced impala took advantage of this brief period of abundance. Between May and October, however, the dry season reclaims its dominance. The heat becomes relentless. Daytime temperatures often range between 35 and 48 degrees Celsius. Natural water sources nearly vanish. As water grows scarce, herbivores are forced to gather around the few remaining oases. Their concentration inevitably draws predators, turning these watering points into focal zones of tension and confrontation. The black rhinoceros is a massive and imposing animal, standing up to 1.5 meters tall and weighing close to 1,400 kilograms. It carries 2 horns that grow continuously, vital tools for both defense and dominance. Despite its name, its skin is not black but a muted gray-brown. Its pointed, prehensile upper lip allows it to skillfully strip leaves from even the thorniest bushes. Remarkably adapted to arid conditions, the black rhino can go several days without drinking, extracting most of its moisture from the vegetation it consumes. While its eyesight is poor, its world is ruled by scent. For a largely solitary animal, communication is written directly onto the land. What appear to be simple dung piles are in reality shared scent markers, a vast archive of chemical signals embedded in the dust. Each scent tells a story: who passed through, their strength, their intentions, and even their reproductive status. It is a silent dialogue among all who inhabit this ancient landscape, an invisible network that allows them to navigate and communicate in isolation. Even so, the dry season remains a constant trial. Artificial water holes such as the one at Ocaucuejo become critical lifelines. Here, even the typically solitary black rhino must tolerate the close presence of other animals. As night falls and floodlights glow softly, its silhouette emerges. The heavy body advances steadily toward the water, silently asserting territorial authority. By 2023, Namibia was home to more than 2,200 black rhinos, with over 70% found within Etosha National Park alone. Yet such a high concentration also increases vulnerability. Despite continuous ranger patrols, GPS tracking, drone surveillance, and preventive dehorning programs, the black rhinoceros still faces a threat greater than any natural predator: relentless human greed. On Africa's wild savannas, conflict never truly ends. It only changes form when the dust settles and silence returns to the land. It becomes clear that every breath and every movement has been part of a constant struggle between hunter and hunted. A relentless contest driven purely by instinct. Here there are no heroes and no villains. There are only lives pushing through one more day beneath an unforgiving sun. strong may fall, the vulnerable sometimes slip away, and survival is often decided in a matter of seconds. In this untamed world, even the most feared predator can become prey after a single mistake. The savannah moves on indifferent to victory or loss. Because in Africa, to live is to fight, and every sunrise signals the beginning of another trial where life is defended until the very last breath. If you find this content powerful and meaningful, don't forget to like and subscribe to Beast Call Nature and join us as we continue exploring the raw and authentic face of the wild world.